Well, hi YouTube, I'm Doug Jr.
And I'm Doug the Third.
And you're watching
Doug and Doug Gaming.
Hey guys, today we're going to be playing a game called Tiny Sword Smash. It's by Brian Wolf. It's for what, 2 to 4 players? And it is about 30 minutes. It's a really cool game. It's on Kickstarter right now. We'll have the link down in the description, so go check it out.
Yes, and their campaign is ending very, very soon. So we wanted to get this on as quick as we could. We're just going to be playing a very basic version of it. There are other things you can add to add depth to this game, but we wanted to give you an idea of what this is all about. It's really based on, what was that game called? Super Smash Bros. Smash Brothers,
like that. Yeah, Super Smash Bros.
I remember playing it with you years ago.
I used to play it a lot.
And awesome video game. It's kind of inspired by that. Well, it is inspired by that. In fact, the artwork has got this wonderful 8-bit type characters on it. And you could probably see on the board here, we have hearts which are all jaggedy edged and 8-bit. And one interesting thing is that I was reading on the Kickstarter campaign that Brian Wolf did everything, the artwork, the layout, the design, of course. He is a one-man band. He's doing all this,
wow,
which is pretty amazing. So, I mean, kudos to you, Brian. That's awesome. And he's done a good job. So we'll talk more about the game itself. It's pretty simple. We'll do the basic thing. Doug Third here hasn't... we kind of poked around with it a little bit, but for both of us, this is very new, so we may make some mistakes, but it's not a hard game at all. Each of your teams consists of 5 monster cards and 1 captain. Our quest here is to achieve the heart of the battle, or basically be the last man standing, last team standing. And this is going to start right here in the middle. Now, this starts face down. The blue side up is the back. The pink side is the face, so the heart goes in the middle. Now we're going to place all of our monsters and our captain on the board anywhere we want, as long as it's adjacent to, not diagonal, but adjacent to the heart or a tile touching the heart. So if I was to go first, I could place a tile face down or face up, although you have to have at least 2 of them face up. But I could place a tile like right here, and then Doug Third could place one of his.
Let's do...
And actually, we should reorient this. Well, we don't have to. It's fine.
It's fine, yeah. We're playing sideways. We're playing like from left to right, and it's... Whenever you're playing, it's probably going to be across.
If you were playing 2-player. Actually, this would probably work better with 3 or 4 players. But so I can place this again anywhere, and I think I'll place this one face up. And that can be kind of at your discretion. You'll see why that matters in a little bit. So the third place is 1. I'm going to place another one face down. Oh, and the instructions did suggest that for first-time players or beginning players, that you might want to start with your captain face down, just as a precaution. But you don't have to, and later on you may want to put it face up.
I do precautions; those are my thing.
Yes. And boy, I think I'm going to go here, and all mine are out, and all of his out. Now, also, I'll be the first player.
Okay.
Because I'm better looking than you.
Yes.
And as the second player, you get an action token for free.
Ooh, freedom.
Freedom. All right. So, during our turn, we're going to basically do 2 actions. You have your choice of 3 different actions. You can move a face-up card on your team, which there are some movement rules we'll go over. You can flip a card. So if it's face up, you flip it face down, vice versa. Or you can smash, which is basically doing battle with another opponent. So you get to do 2 actions, or if you have an action token, you can pay that and do an extra action. So you might do 3. You can have up to 2 action tokens, so you could actually do 4 actions if you spent both of those. So what we're going to do first of all is talk about movement. Now, movement is determined by the individual tile and the number right here on top of this little blue ghosty looking movement icon. Looks like wind moving or something, but it's speed, it's movement. So this one can move 2 spaces. So I can go 1, 2. I can go, 1, 2 right now. This one here can only move 1 space, so I can move it 1 in any direction that's available. I can push another card as long as it's face up. So if I wanted to move this card, or this tile, he's got a speed of 1, I could actually push even my own card or an opponent's card over when I move that space, as long as that's face up. If I push an opponent off the board, or I suppose if I did myself, which I don't know why you would, but if I push an opponent off the board, then they are considered knocked out and basically eliminated from the game. Yeah. If I knock out all their players or their captain, then I win the game. So that's basically your movement. You cannot push cards that are face down. You can also flip a card, as I said, face up, face down, if there are any tokens on it, because these will begin to accumulate damage tokens. If you flip a card, those tokens go away, and that card is cleared. The Heart of Battle can end up being flipped face up, and that would happen during a Smash session or a battle session. And if you were to do battle, you know what? Why don't we just get into it?
I think it's a good idea.
Just get into it, and then we'll explain it as we go, because this is getting a little drawn out, and we just want to enjoy the game. So, if I'm first, basically I'm going to try to get him off the board if I can. So,
and that's the real connection it has with the Super Smash Bros. Thing, is like in the game, if you knock someone off the platform, then they're out. Same thing here. But yeah.
So I think for my first action, I'm going to flip this guy face up. Alright, and this is Moon Familiar. Senior, okay. And for my second action, I'm going to move 2 spaces this way. Now, you will notice that Doug and I are now away from the pack here. And I'm considered partially unconnected. He is totally unconnected. And if by the end of his turn, he can't get connected again by being beside these, he will be knocked out. That character will be knocked out. I'm not totally unconnected. I'm partially unconnected because I am still diagonal, but I will receive a damage point if by the end of my next turn I can't remedy the situation. Because you have to stay connected to the pack and basically to the heart of the battle. So that would be my first 2 actions, and it is now Third's turn.
All right. So, I'm thinking I'm going to flip this dude over. Got a mermaid surfer. Interesting. He's very muscular. Okay. I'm just going to do this and just kind of save myself a little bit.
I thought you might. Yeah. Alright, so for the moment he's safe. However, it's my turn and I'm going to smash him.
No!
And now what we do when I initiate a smash confrontation, I'll call it, is if you notice on the cards, there are, in the lower right corner, there are little icons representing rock, scissors, paper. So this one is showing the paper, the scissors, excuse me, and mine is showing the paper. So we know that scissors is defeated by, or excuse me, scissors lose. Scissors
cuts paper.
To paper. Paper
scissors
loses.
Cuts paper, Dad.
All right, so there's a little chart on here that tells us what happens if, because in this case, I'm initiating the smash, I am the weaker opponent because I lost these rock, scissors, paper. So as the weaker opponent, the little chart here tells me that I add 1 damage to both tiles. So I am going to receive a damage, and my opponent will also receive a damage because I am initiating the smash movement. Now I can move him as many spaces away as he has total damage. Right now he only has 1. So unfortunately I can't move him off the board. That would have been awesome, but I can't. However, you know what I could do though? This is my first action, right? Yes. So what I can do, I don't even have to do that. Wait a minute. I don't even have to do that because I can move 2 spaces without even initiating the smash option and just run him right off the board. He knocked out.
I should have said no backsies
You could have.
because that's usually what we do. But
Yes.
I'll let it
But we're
slide.
learning the game, so we'll be a little flexible, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, that's one way. Any way you can knock the opponent off the board is fine. I was going to try to smash him off the board, but I didn't have to, and that's actually pretty important because I now don't have a damage on me that I would have. But I am partially unconnected. I have to remedy that, or I will be gone.
Yeah.
And I don't have a lot of good options here. So, but I think what I will do is for my next action, I'll move this twice.
Oh yeah, that was your okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That
And
works.
my turn's over. Okay.
Okie dokie then. Now here's just my question to you. When, let's say, just for visual sake, if this was still a square, and you attacked me or something like that, do you have to move straight back in that way, or could you move me like this way if you would want, or something like that? If you're moving me.
Well, I think the intention is that you would move that character
straight.
towards the edge of the board.
Okay.
In the most direct path possible.
Okay. Alright,
But yes, I think you can move either way.
Okay.
Just depending on what is most advantageous for you to win.
So, alright, so I'm going to... I'm going to flip it right there. Ooh. Oh yeah, it's my captain. I knew he was there. And then... I'm going to actually just move him. I go 1...
And you don't have to move all up to your speed. You can move 1 or 2 or whatever. But all right, so that would be the end of your turn.
Yes. Can I smash him though? Or
No,
that
because
was
be an
my
action.
turn.
You
Yeah,
get
I
2
knew
actions.
that. I knew that.
However,
I was trying to cheat though.
I could smash you, although I wouldn't get very far. Now, if I was able to get your captain off the board,
You would win.
I would win. But I don't think there's any way for me to do that. At least not this turn. So what I will do, though, I will harass your captain by flipping this guy over, which is my captain. And then for my next move, I can move 3 spaces. So 1, 2, 3. You are now totally unconnected, and you will have to do something about that. Oh.
Yes.
I just totally unconnected my whole section. Okay, I won't go backsies.
No backsies.
We won't do it this time.
Rip your
That was
mustache
not a good
off.
move on my part, though, because you can see I have cut myself off, and I will lose one of these, I think, because, I've got to fix this by the end of my next turn. I don't think I'm able to, so.
Yeah.
Okay, live and learn.
Okay. So anywho, my turn then? Alright, so right off the bat, I have to move this guy, because I do not want him flying off the edge.
Can't lose him, or your game's over.
So I'm going to move 1, 2, and then I'm going to smash
All right.
that guy.
So, we look at the rock, paper, scissors icon, see
I
who
have
wins.
paper, you have rock. Paper covers rock.
Right.
Because in a fight, you always win with paper.
So, if you're the strongest, you will place 2 damage tokens on the target, which is me.
Uno, doso.
Okay.
Alright.
And then you can move him 2 spaces.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you win.
That is how you win. Okay, I did really bad. I really did bad.
Hey, but it was a nice short playthrough. Nothing wrong with that.
Playthrough.
Nothing wrong with that.
And that's okay. I just wanted to see how this game plays. Normally this thing can take half an hour or so.
Yeah.
Well, and obviously if you're playing with 4 people.
With more, I'm saying more people are going to stop, and they're going to strategize more. I know for one thing, I wanted to do some strategy, thinking about these guys over here and this, that, and the other, but
I
had to take that. I
was not thinking ahead at all. I was trying to harass your captain and ended up isolating myself here, and I got too close to the edge.
Came back and bit you.
Because most of these guys can only move 1 or 2, but your captain can move 3, and so yeah. All right, but that's all right. That's all right. Just let's talk about it a little bit. Some of the things that we didn't do. There are some other cards involved, some tiles, I should say, some blocking tiles which create walls that cannot be moved.
Which that would add a whole new...
Yeah, and actually they can be flipped. But interesting thing is you can include these when you set up, so they're in the board. And a player that, if you're playing 3 or 4 players, a player is eliminated, they can opt to play these and take some block tiles and be basically cause some additional chaos in the game.
Wreak some havoc.
Wreak some havoc. So that's kind of an interesting thing. The Heart of Battle can be moved, as I mentioned before. If you smash somebody, and for instance, if I'll just set this up, if we were here, which we couldn't be because we're disconnected, but okay, say we were like this, and I smashed you and moved you up twice. Well, you can't move twice. I can't move you twice, so you have crashed.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
when you crash, we add damage plus the wall that stopped us gets flipped, whether that is another character that's face down, or in this case, the Heart of Battle. So that's when the Heart of Battle would get flipped face up.
Yeah.
And then if we had another turn, it could actually be moved, which could really cause more chaos in the game, in a good way. And although at the end of every turn, the Heart of Battle does turn back face down, so any tokens that it might have accumulated aren't going to stay there.
Yeah.
Because it is special. But that, if everybody's connected here and you move the Heart of Battle somehow, and all of a sudden everybody's disconnected, well, on one turn it's impossible. I mean, you're going to lose some people, so that could really mess up things. Plus, another thing that we didn't do, because again, just got this, haven't had time to really learn it well, but we wanted to get the video done, is your captain has special powers.
Yes, they do.
And my captain, for instance, is the Moon Captain. And on the instructions, it tells you about these special powers. Now, I won't go into them because I didn't study them all, and I would probably tell you something in error, but you can look on the Kickstarter page, and there's a really nifty little link that takes you to a page that has all the different, I printed them out here on these pieces of paper, but has all the instructions and the rules and stuff, and it will tell you what all the different powers do. Some of them let you walk through other tiles and
that would be very, very
transport and different stuff. So they're interesting. And who were you?
I was the mermaid captain. I had a thing called tidal wave / undertow, and so
there's special powers, which again adds a little level of depth to the game that you didn't see with our very, very brief game. So there's a lot more to this game than meets the eye.
But right off the bat, I want to say the mechanics of the game are extremely smooth. There's not a whole lot of questions about it. Obviously, if you do have questions, there are the rules. But as far as a basic gameplay, it's very, I don't want to say checkers-like, but it's that level of simplicity, where you have a board, you have the pieces, and if you know the general concept, you can still kind of make it out.
Very easy to teach, very easy to learn, and yet difficult to master.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We played it like once before we started rolling the cameras, and as you can see, we have not mastered it, but we understand how to play it.
Yeah.
So there's nothing nothing complicated about it at all. So it's an interesting game. I think this is something that many of you might be interested in, so I'd encourage you to go to Kickstarter. Like I said, this campaign is almost over, so they need you to go look at it today.
Yes.
And we'll put a link to the Kickstarter page. But yeah, you need to get there and check this out. They're getting very close to reaching their funding, but they're going to need all the help they can get.
Yep.
So please check it out.
And while you're at it, go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and comment. And also down in the links, just as I can, I have a few vlog videos that we also have on our channel. If you want to check those out, please do that. Let us know what you think of those. And
interesting stuff here. Tiny Sword Smash.
Tiny Sword Smash.
And good job, Brian Wolf, on designing this and creating everything yourself. And I know this is a special project to him, and he'd love to see it funded and get this into your hands. So thanks so much for watching this kind of short and very humiliating episode for me of Doug and Doug Gaming. But for now, I am Doug Jr.
And I am Doug the Third, and I won.
And you're watching
Doug and Doug Gaming.